Oh, we're doing more Undertale rankings. That's crazy. We're ranking boss fights. It's not based on difficulty. It's based on how much I like them, because it would be pretty obvious if it was based on difficulty. I mean, look, Toby Fox did a really good job at making the game gradually get harder. So if you wanted that, it's literally just the order of the boss fights, with the genocide ones being uh like next. Like it's the order of the bosses and then the genocide ones. That being said, here's ranking the bosses based on how much I enjoy them and how like good I think they are as boss fights. Alright, number 10, Papyrus. Nothing against Papyrus. It's still a fun boss fight, but I think the Blue Soul gimmick isn't as fun as some of the other ones. And it's also, like, I don't know. Most of Papyrus's dialogue is, like, funny, but it's definitely the most boring, because all you do the entire time is hit the spare button. There's no extra gimmick. Like, it's literally, in terms of what you have to do, it's the same as the tutorial boss fight. Speaking of tutorial boss fight, it's not much better. I do give it this. Oh, I do give it the slight edge though, because I give it the slight edge because I think Red Soul mode is more fun to play with than Blue Soul mode. Now 8 is Muffet. This boss fight is fun, but there's also like a massive difficulty curve, like randomly. Like Undying, pretty easy. You could probably do Undying pretty easily, but Muffet, like I don't know, it's a whole extra gimmick. And also Muffet doesn't have like any like build up. Like I just find it funny how Toby Fox, like for the like fans enter their own monsters thing, two of them got shoved really out of the way, and one of them is literally a required encounter that has its own soul mode. So, yeah. Next is Undying. Undying, the boss fight is pretty fun. The whole gimmick is both gimmicks are really fun. I like playing around with Green Soul. I think it's probably the most creative, and like it's fun to do. And there's also the whole like fleeing thing. But even if you don't flee, her like spear attacks and Red Soul are pretty fun. Next is Undying the Undying. It's really hard. That's something I don't really like, but it's also like the whole atmosphere is like really epic and stuff. Like I don't know, it's just a really good boss fight. I don't know what else do I say. It's really cool. I wouldn't probably want to do it that often because hard, but you know. Omega Flowey. You know, really cool concept, really cool looks. Like I love how everything is like PNGs. Like it all looks like amazing, honestly. Like in the looks department, this is probably the best one. And I also really like games where your first encounter is the same as your last one. In a game like Undertale, it seems like it would be really hard considering there's multiple different routes, but it's always the last fight is always Flowey. Yes, on Genocide mode, while the final boss is Sans, you still fight Flowey last. Next is Metaton EX. I think this is like one of the funnest ones. Like it's probably the funnest like boss fight gimmick. The soul gimmick is pretty. I mean, it's average. It works. I like it. Nothing too like mind blowing. But like, I really like the ratings gimmick. It makes this boss fight really unique, and music is great, and it's cool. That's cool. Next is Azrael Dreamer. I really like the emotional impact of this fight. It's the final boss of the pacifist route, which is often considered Undertale's true ending. Which, to be fair, the game encourages you to do that. Anyway, yeah, I think it's really cool thematically too, and like, now his attacks are super cool. Also, like how he just looks like Toriel, but with horns and a different face. Oh, and he. Oh wait, is that the heart lock? I didn't even notice that. Wow, that's cool. Saying Undertale. It's a good boss fight. No, there's a reason why people really like Sans. Like, he's a good character originally, but this boss fight is why people really like him. Plus, he's got a whole lot of lore and stuff. One thing I will say about his boss fight, though, is that it made people think that Megalovania was Sans' theme. His theme, his battle theme is unused. I'm a strong supporter of the Megalovania is actually Kara's theme. Anyway, Sand Undertale. Number two is Asgore. Asgore might be one of my he's definitely my second favorite, but he might just be my favorite character in this game. Like, the whole setting is cool. Two people who don't want to fight each other but are forced to because of circumstances. Plus, the pose looks really cool, and it's one of the few boss fights the game takes like really seriously. Like, wow. Try fire magic. Anyway, first is Metaton Neo, hardest boss fight in the entire game. In a one-on-one battle, Neo never loses. Don't you know Neo is known for its high defense? Like, come on. It's Metaton Neo. What else did you expect? I know. Pretty basic top pick. Oh, YouTuber picks the obvious choice as the number one, but like, come on. It's such a good boss fight.